Hey everyone, I have some ornaments here and we're gonna decorate the tree a bit while I go over and talk about some of the things that have been going on since the last video. Stuff is going really good right now. I've been really doing good on my weight loss. Actually, we'll just do that right off the bat here. Here's my weigh-in as of Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. And it's Sunday now, so it has fluctuated a bit, but it definitely is still going down. Oh, you telling me I gotta put hooks in these too? Oh, this may take me longer than I thought it was going to. Oh, I just can't do this. Aside from weight, something that you guys were with me for was the run the other day. Getting my new mile record. That's pretty awesome to witness another one of those. But let's dive right into the main subject of this video, and that is food during the holidays and our approach to that. And something that I personally have felt differently about this year. I typically wouldn't have I don't keep sweets in the house. I don't keep like any ice cream or anything in my freezer. I don't keep cookies on the shelf. I don't keep those sweets in the house because I know that it's a stumbling block for me. I have that sweet tooth that if I have one, I know it could lead to another. And so that's something that I'm gonna keep outside my house. But when it comes to the holidays, you have those get-togethers with family. And I think what's really important to keep in mind is that one day of eating something off of your normal schedule or off of your normal diet isn't gonna ruin you. It's not gonna defeat all of those previous days of the week that you were committed, that you really stuck to your plan. So what's really important is that after you have that meal or after you have that day, you bounce right back. You don't just stop there, you continue to push forward going from there. And you can try to even do like what I did. I definitely ate off of my plan during those days, but I tried to put in a little bit more activity than normal just to try to offset it a bit. That's not to say that I consumed more calories because I exercised more. That's just saying I realized that exercise plays a role in it, and any little bit that I can do to help compensate for that increase in calories is going to help. I definitely still recorded on these days. I did my best to estimate the calories because it's not easy. You generally just have foods that are home cooked. And so when you go into a situation like that, it's really hard and really difficult to actually track the calories accurately. But if you can get a rough estimation, I think anything kind of helps in that situation. Now in previous years, I've definitely said this, that it's okay to have a little bit of something, to take a break. But in all reality, I don't think I actually fully believed it, and I don't think that I fully accepted that either, because I still ended up bringing my food to these events, my own food to these events, and I still ended up feeling really bad for having a slice of pumpkin pie or having a piece of cake or whatever it was that I said I wasn't going to have. When I would have those items, I still would have this certain amount of guilt within me, or this certain amount of shame that it's like, well, I really shouldn't have eaten that. I felt bad about it. But something was different this year. Something in my head I had a sense of ease. I'm not saying you have to be there, but just know that over time and through a lot of years of healing, I feel like you can get to that place again where you can give yourself that treat, you can give yourself that break, and you can start to enjoy those foods again without feeling that sense of guilt or shame that is associated with it. It's really nice to be able to just enjoy the holiday again and not have to be really, really super concerned with the food that I've eaten. I know that in the days after, I'm going to get right back to it, and I'm going to see progress again, even if I go up. Actually, over the holidays this year, I had 4 days in a row where basically I had food that is not normally on my diet that I ate. I ended up having meat again, and I had like a glass of eggnog, I had pumpkin pie. This was all between 4 days. I made sure to get like a walk-in every day too, and when I came back, I found that I basically just maintained. I was literally like the same weight I was when I had left to go to these events, and when I left to go, meet up with family and have Thanksgiving and then do our Christmas decorating day, and I didn't gain anything. I came back, and not gaining anything, that's a success when it comes to 4 days in a row of food that you're not typically eating. So that's kind of my advice. That's my approach right now when it comes to food during the holidays, and trying to stay healthy and trying to continue that weight loss that you've been working on so hard. So take comfort in that as you will, or as you may. And if you have any questions, let me know. I would be happy to answer them for you. That being said, I have to get going here because tonight my family and I are singing a rendition of Deck the Halls. My sister and mother got for me. They got me some squirrels. And I used to like this book this series called The Guardians of Ga'Hoole. So they, which is based around basically a bunch of owls. And so they got me some owl ornaments as well. Very cute. So, just got back from the Christmas review singing in our flannels, and I hope you enjoyed that. But I wanted to clarify some things and actually rephrase some of the stuff that I was saying, because when I was editing the video earlier today, I realized that, one, I was tired. I don't know why I'm tired today. I got plenty of sleep, but my mind was just kind of muddy. So it was really hard to edit that footage and put it together because I just wasn't saying things very clearly. But I think a lot of what I was able to edit out makes sense. And it is helpful, it is constructive, and it's all, some of my thoughts that have been wrapped up over this past week, even as I've talked with people and expressed how I'm feeling when it comes to holidays, and how I now relate to food in the sense of not feeling that shame or that guilt for eating it. But I wanted to touch on one more thing, and that is grace. I know this year has been really hard for a lot of us, and it's been really challenging with the lockdown and all that's going on in the world, but it's also impacted us in our health journeys, in our pursuit to lose weight and in our pursuit to live healthier. It's a lot harder to continue doing that when we're all hunkered down in our own homes. We've had to be creative. We had to find new ways to exercise when the gyms were kind of closed down, and we've had to find better ways of keeping away from the snack food and making sure that we're still cooking good meals and not just eating out all the time or ordering food in, right? It's been a challenging year in a lot of respects. Knowing that, we are imperfect. We're going to mess up. We're going to have moments in our life when our health kind of just slips through our fingers and we feel like we have no control. That's going to happen. It's happened to me. The biggest thing to remember is to allow yourself grace. We know we're not perfect. We never will be perfect. There's always something to improve. And I think and I think that holds true for health as well and wellness. Don't beat yourself up over the mistakes you've made. Don't beat yourself up over weight gain. Don't beat yourself up over eating that dessert at that holiday event. Just take it and move on. If you've put on weight this year, it's understandable. Like, it happens. It happens to people. If you've put on weight in the past several months, that happens. If you've put on weight in the past week, it happens. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying that you wanted that to happen. I'm not saying that we want you to be there or that we want people to gain weight and become overweight again. Like, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is we're not perfect. And by extending yourself that grace and that understanding and that knowledge that I'm going to mess up, I have messed up, but I can forgive myself and move forward. So I ask that if you're struggling with that right now, I know it's hard, but know that, like, during the holiday season, technically, yes, I slipped up. I shouldn't have eaten those foods because they weren't on my diet. But I allowed myself that grace. I allowed myself that opportunity to indulge a bit. And now I'm moving forward from it. Do that for yourself as well. Because we're all worth it. And I think I said so much more in this last, 5 minutes of recording than I did in the, I don't know how long I recorded by the Christmas tree. Sometimes when I'm driving and after talking with people, it makes me think of things and it makes me put it into better words. And I hope that this helps you. I hope that this speaks to you and that you're able to give yourself that grace and move forward. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, you guys, have a wonderful week. All right, bro, cut that tree.
I'm cutting it.
Get that tree. Get that tree.
The saw's clogging up the teeth on the saw blades.